Okay, so today we're going deep on annuities, and specifically one called the Focused Growth Annuity.
Uh-huh.
It's from Standard Insurance Company,
Okay.
and it's offered to Diversified Insurance Brokers.
Gotcha.
So, retirement's on the horizon. Maybe you're thinking about it.
Right.
You want that nice, steady income,
Yeah,
and you're trying to figure out if this kind of annuity is a good fit.
for sure.
So we're going to break it down for you.
Sounds good.
We'll look at guaranteed growth,
Okay.
the tax situation with these things,
Yeah.
and how flexible it is.
Okay.
So let's dive in.
Awesome annuities are popular these days.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone wants predictable retirement income.
Right, exactly. And this focused growth annuity,
Yeah.
it really pushes that predictable growth angle.
Mm-hmm.
But what does that actually mean?
Well, it all boils down to fixed interest rates.
Okay.
So you pick a term like 3 years, 5 years, 7 or 10 years,
Okay.
and you lock in a
That
rental
whole time.
for that whole period.
Exactly. Huh. Okay, so that's different from like the stock market,
Oh, yeah. Completely different.
which is all over the place.
Up and down. Yeah. Total roller coaster.
So with this annuity, you know exactly what you're going to get.
Exactly. That's the point. You know what your return will be.
So like what if inflation is around 3%
Okay.
and I lock in a 4% rate
Yeah.
for say 7 years? Am I really winning there?
That's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah.
You have to balance that guaranteed return
Okay.
against inflation eating away at your buying power over time.
Right. So it's about security, but also actually growing your money.
Exactly. Finding that sweet spot.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And there's a range of how much you can invest.
Yep.
It starts at $15,000
Okay.
and goes all the way up to $1 million.
Wow. $1 million.
Yeah. And the more you put in initially, the better the interest rate.
Right. They want to incentivize those larger investments.
Yeah. Like if you're going to give them a lot of money,
Exactly.
they're going to give you a slightly better return.
It's a win-win.
Okay. So let's talk about the tax side of things.
All right.
It's tax-deferred accumulation,
Mm-hmm.
which sounds complicated, but
It's really not.
so no taxes on the earnings right away.
Not immediately, no.
So does that make a difference in the long run?
Oh, it can make a huge difference.
Really?
Think of it like planting a tree.
Okay.
Your initial investment is the seed,
Okay.
and over time it grows, right?
It grows, yeah.
And with compounding, that growth gets bigger and bigger.
Okay.
But since you're not paying taxes on the earnings every year,
Right.
that growth potential is even bigger.
I like that analogy way better than a snowball.
Yeah, snowball's a little outdated.
But retirement's not just about saving.
Right, of course not.
You got to enjoy life too.
You gotta live a little.
So how easy is it to actually access your money with this annuity?
Yeah, liquidity is important in retirement.
You don't want your money locked away forever.
Exactly. You need to be able to use it.
So does this annuity give you some options there?
It does. It offers some flexibility.
Okay, good.
You can withdraw any earned interest,
Right.
penalty-free after just 30 days.
30 days. That's pretty good.
Yeah, and you can even set up regular payouts,
Like a paycheck.
like a paycheck. Yeah, monthly, quarterly, whatever works for you.
Wow. That's nice. And are there any like safety nets?
Yes, they've thought of that too.
Okay.
You can withdraw without penalty if you become terminally ill
Oh, wow. Okay.
or if you need to move into a nursing home.
That's good to know.
Yeah, so there's some peace of mind there.
But I'm guessing there are some catches, right?
Well, there are a few things to be aware of.
Like what?
It's always a balance between commitment and flexibility.
Sure.
If you withdraw more than your free allowance,
Yeah.
there are surrender charges.
Surrender charges. What are those?
It's basically a fee for taking out more money than allowed,
Okay.
but those charges go down over time.
Oh, so the longer you have the annuity, the lower the charges.
Exactly. And the term you choose affects it too.
Okay, so like a 3-year term versus a 10-year term?
Yeah.
And what about this market value adjustment I saw?
Oh, yeah, that's something to consider.
What is that?
It means the amount you get back could be different.
Different from what I put in.
Yeah, higher or lower.
How does that work?
It depends on how market interest rates have changed.
Since I bought the annuity.
Right. If rates have gone up, you might get more back.
Oh.
But if rates have gone down, you might get a little less.
So there's a bit of risk there.
There's always some risk.
Okay, so let's say my 7-year term is up.
All right.
What are my options then?
You have a few choices.
Like what?
You can renew for another term at the current rates,
Oh,
or you can turn your savings into a regular income stream.
like a pension.
Like a pension, exactly.
Interesting.
Or you can just cash out penalty-free.
So you've got options depending on what you need.
That's the idea. They've tried to be flexible.
And what happens if something happens to me?
You mean like if you pass away,
Yeah.
your beneficiaries would be taken care of?
Okay, that's good.
They'd receive the full amount you accumulated,
The whole thing.
either all at once or through structured payouts.
So my loved ones are protected.
Exactly. It's all about peace of mind.
That's really important.
It is.
And this is all backed by Standard Insurance Company, right?
That's right.
They've been around forever.
They have a long history.
So they must be pretty reliable.
They're known for their stability and security.
Which is important when you're talking about retirement savings.
You want to trust the company you're working with?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So to sum up this focused growth annuity,
Yeah.
it offers guaranteed growth.
Uh-huh.
But we got to remember about inflation.
Right. It's a factor.
And there are potential tax advantages.
Yes, tax deferral is a big plus.
And it sounds like it's pretty flexible.
It offers some good options.
But it's just one piece of the retirement puzzle, right?
Absolutely. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
You got to figure out if it fits your goals.
Exactly. Your risk tolerance, your whole financial picture.
Here's something to think about. How would the guaranteed growth of this annuity work alongside your other investments?
That's a good question.
Especially the ones that are tied to the market.
Right.
Could this be like the stable part of your portfolio,
The safe bet.
while other investments have more growth potential?
That's a great way to think about it.
Something to consider as you plan for retirement.
Absolutely. Retirement planning is a journey,
It is.
and it's important to find the right path for you.
Thanks for breaking it all down.
My pleasure.
This has been really helpful.
Glad to hear it.
And to everyone listening, thanks for joining us for another deep dive.
Until next time.
Take care.
Bye.